Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to present Joyce Piloso-Seroke, a worthy recipient of the 2016 Ellen Kuzwayo Awards. It is interesting to note that Joyce and Ellen both contributed a significant part of their lives towards the well-being of the YWCA. Not only did she occupy highly distinguished positions within that organization, but she also played a significant role in the reconciliation process in this country. For a woman who has stood for gender equity, has made a significant contribution to women's rights in this country, and above all, has played a significant role in the evolution of our newly formed democracy, we wish to honor her for that important contribution.
I'm Joyce Piloso-Seroke. My environment when I was growing up was conducive to my upliftment and my growth, especially for whom I am now, because that's where my outlook in life was shaped. My parents came from the Eastern Cape, where they were teachers, and my dad resigned teaching and accepted a post at Crown Mines, which was one of the biggest mines at the time, as the compound manager. And my mom also, who was a teacher, obviously had to join my dad, and that's where I was raised. I was born and raised. Well, I majored in English and psychology. I studied BA. I got a BA degree. And well, at that time, you know, coming from that background of my parents, education, and you must be educated to have a higher education. And those days, the BA degree was one of the ideal requirements that we had to do. And it's all after that when one realized that it's good for me to have that kind of education for teaching and so on. But we needed to explore other avenues. And it was tough at that time to do other degrees because the law didn't prescribe for us to do certain, to attain certain professions like engineering, like, you know, dentistry and all those things that were reserved for whites. Before retirement, obviously, I was still working, and I was with the Commission for Gender Equality as their chairperson, and that's what kept me going. We used to attend conferences, workshops, because it was all for empowerment of women and establishing their rights and making them aware that after 1994, the situation in this country had changed for the benefit of all of us. Our constitution had the Bill of Rights, and so we wanted the women to understand that for them to gain their independence and their recognition as full-time citizens of this country, that we need to grow. We need to get rid of the stereotypes. We need to get rid of our inferiority complex and our fears that were embedded by all these stereotypes and attitudes. And partly because of that, and also now to see the actual situation, sordid situation surrounding my people, our people, you know, also drove me to the fact that we can't let this happen. We may be comfortable, we may be educated, we may be having skills, and we've got homes, better homes, but we need to see that this is what should happen for other people as well. And that was part of my inspiration, that what made me want to do things, aspire to do things for our country. Yes. Ellen Kuzwayo and I worked for many years in the Young Women's Christian Association. She was the General Secretary of the then Transvaal YWCA, whilst I was the General Secretary of the National YWCA as a whole. She did projects in the Transvaal, which I was coordinating with other provinces. And Ellen, I learned a great deal from Ellen. She was a very brave woman, and she was straightforward and fearless when she was determined that she is doing the right thing. Well, I think it's an honor, a great honor and a privilege for me. And I guess they don't give such awards without much thought. And I just feel that the fact that they decided to give me that award is that maybe they're aware of some of the humble contributions I have made in our country to change the quality of life of our poor people and women in particular.
The University of Johannesburg. Rethink, reinvent.